Hi folks, it's Basil from the OSMcast. What we've got for you here is a little interview we chanced upon at this past Nekocon, which I believe was Nekocon 11. We got a small interview with 3 voice actors. The first and main person we interviewed was Troy Baker. You may have heard of him, he's done some roles, pretty good roles. Archer from Fullmetal Alchemist, one of the pretty cool villain. Abel Knight Road from Trinity Blood, here he might be a vampire. I know him as Yuri Lowell, who is the main character in Namco Bandai's Tales of Vesperia, which is one of the best RPGs in recent memory. It's really good and you should totally play it. We also got to talk to a little bit with Aaron Dismuke, who did the voice of Alphonse Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist. We also got to hear a few words from Jerry Jewell, who has done crap ton things like Kyo from Fruits Basket, and Jimmy Kudo and Case Closed, and Tony Frost and Blue Gender, all sorts of stuff. And they're really awesome. It's a very short interview, unfortunately. We only got 10 minutes with them, but we did our best, and we were hoping for more, but unfortunately, time happens, people are busy, they got stuff to do, it's an anime con, they're pretty serious business. But we record anyways, and thought you'd like to hear it. You may hear a voice you haven't heard in a while. Nobody has come back, at least for the interview. It's going by the name of Douglas. It's a WoW thing. Also, we used our interview mic, which is a little portal mic we take with us on anime cons. Thankfully, the staff at Nekocon was very gracious of them and let us talk in their green room. It's very, very hush-hush, and we couldn't even reveal the location of this place. It was a hotel room. But where, you'll never know. Anyways, here's the interview. Hi, folks. This is the OSMcast, the podcast for the awesome. We're here at Nekocon with 3 voice actors.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there's 3.
Oh, you wanted names?
Names,
right there.
please. Yes.
That's right, because I can't see it. This is radio.
Yes.
I am Troy Baker, and this is...
Aaron Dismuke, and
I am Jerry Jewell.
You are.
It's true. Well, can I get some of the roles that each of y'all have
Sure.
done?
Done a bunch. There's been a bunch of shows. I think we've all kind of done a bunch of little cornucopia, a smorgasbord.
Give us the best of.
Fullmetal Alchemist, which has been good.
he was Archer.
I was Archer. Trinity Blood, I played Abel Knight Road. I'm Jin Kadia in Bleach. Also Ganryu in the movie. I did Tales of Vesperia just recently. I played Yuri Lowell in that. That was fun. And I don't know, a whole bunch of other stuff. What about you, Aaron?
I was Alphonse in Fullmetal Alchemist. I was Eon for Tuna in Trinity Blood. Leon in Black Cat, and some other stuff that isn't as important.
Oh, aren't they all important?
And I was Kyosoma in Fruits Basket, Jimmy Kudo in Case Closed, and Rin Tsuchimi in Shuffle. Who's that? Zelman Clock in Black Blood Brothers. The Happiness Bunny from Shin-Chan.
Oh, yeah. I was actually
And a couple others here and there.
scattered.
Fun stuff. Smothered, covered, diced, and chunked.
Nice. To be honest, this whole thing started when Douglas over here was like, Basil, Yuri Lowell's here. And I'm like, oh snap, we gotta go get an interview.
I thought you were going to say Yuri Lowenthal. I was like, where's Yuri? That's what's so funny, though. Okay, so I go in, and we all still audition for the parts very rarely. There's something handed to us. We're like, you are going to be this person. But I go in for the audition for this game, and I see the character's name is Yuri Lowell. And I was like, seriously? If they start naming characters after him, pretty obvious. Why don't we just go ahead and give it to him? And he was like, no, buddy, it's all yours. Go take it. I was in the last one, so they can't use me for this one. So I think you've got a better shot than I do about it. So, but yeah, that was hands down one of the most fun and longest games I've ever done. Video games, anime has really opened up a lot of doors for me. I mean, this is kind of like our boot camp. It's the hardest job that we do. It's the best place for us to learn our chops, and video games are a place where we have a little bit more freedom than you do in anime, because you don't have to worry so much about, most of the time, you don't have to worry about, matching flaps or, adapting the translations or anything. You kind of have a chance to do more like theatrical acting and or cinematic, depending upon the game. But the Tales game, I mean, they handed me 5 huge, thick binders and goes, these are the scripts. And we have about 4 months to get through this. And normally it's like on a video game, you're there 2, 3, maybe 4 sessions, something like that. And we ended up doing about 20 sessions over the course of about 4 months. And it was so much fun because, I mean, there's no games bigger than a Japanese RPG. And so you've got, not only the gameplay, but then you have all the battle dialogue, you have all the cutscenes, you have all the skits that they had on the side. And the thing that upsets me the most about the game is that about really, really early on, you fight one of the first main bad guys, and I can't get past him. And I found out that it was Vic Mignogna, and it really bothers me that I can't beat Vic.
Which character was that, just so I know?
Which character was he?
Yes.
Was he Zagi, I think, is who that is?
Oh, God, Zagi.
Yeah. Really annoys me because he taunts you the entire time, and if you don't, you got to take some time. If you've never played any of the Tales games, but all the Tales games are awesome. But I mean, it's not just a hit 'em game. You've got to learn the different special moves, or you're not going to last. And apparently, he knows all of them, and I know none of them. And so it's kind of a battle of futility. But it's a good game.
I learned to use lots of gels.
Did you? I don't even know what that is.
Those are the healing items.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Because I'm picking up apples and stuff, and I
Yes.
don't know what that does for me. I picked up like saffron or something in the kitchen. I'm like, I know we're gonna cook later, but how is this gonna help me right now? Because I gotta kick his ass. I don't need saffron. That hasn't helped me out so far.
So I don't want to leave you guys out. What are some of the what's some of your favorite roles that y'all have done?
My favorite roles are probably the ones that I just said.
So.
I consider the others a great deal less important, and I can remember them.
All right, pick one.
My single favorite
Your single
role
favorite.
would be Al in
It's gotta
Full
be.
Metal Alchemist. Yeah, I mean,
It's a Starbreaker.
exactly.
I actually remember the very first time the dub came out, and I listened to it. I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like Al. That makes sense." And everyone's like, "I don't care. What is he doing?" And I'm like, "It sounds like Al. What were you expecting?" And and then years later, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm like, "You said this years ago. Whatever."
The
It
cool
was a
thing
really
is,
good job.
everyone's kind of been jealous of the way you got to record because we never really get to use any kind of cool tricks or techniques, and you got to
Right.
record that voice really.
Yeah, I got to use this metal bowl. Now, there's some people that it was on Wikipedia for a while that I wore the bowl on my head. That didn't happen. That wouldn't help at all. But it was in front of me on a stand to make a ring noise for Al. And in using the bowl, there were some technical problems because they had to make it sound like it did in the previous episode. But I was also freed from having to do flaps, so I was able to work a lot
that's
faster.
right.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
whole metal suit and everything.
I actually may be one of the only other actors that got to use the bowl.
What did you use the bowl?
Jerry
when
was
Barry
the
comes
chopper.
back, and he's got his suit of armor.
That's
right.
He gets in
I
my
got
head.
to use the bowl too.
I never got to use the bowl.
Turns me on my rope.
I turned into a metal robot, and I never got to use the bowl. I played Archer in Full Metal, and
Right.
I never got to use the bowl.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, you weren't full robot. You still had
Is that
half
what it
a
is?
face.
That's
Because
what
I
I
used
was
half the
Terminator.
bowl.
How you gonna use
We're not
half
gonna
a bowl?
cut the bowl in half.
I don't get into the technical specifications of it.
We're not engineers. We're actors.
Apparently. Apparently.
Well, I'd actually like to know, how do you guys feel voice acting has changed in the past couple of years? Like, how has the industry sort of progressed since?
Can I take this one first?
Go for it.
Dramatically. One of the first video games that I did was a World War II shooter game called Brothers in Arms, and they've done 3 sequels. And when they originally did it, before, especially in game developing, they just cast like, "Hey, you programmer, come in here and do this," because it wasn't that big of a deal. Grand Theft Auto 3 really broke the ground in that because they got Ray Liotta and Burt Reynolds and all these big names to come in and do the voice acting, and so it really put more of a focus on the talent that they got because everybody wanted more of a film type read, and that started becoming very pervasive, and even it bled over into all areas of animation. Not cartoons were no longer cartoony; they were more real. Anime was no longer let's go Speed Racer, Dragon Ball Z. Let's go very real. And so we started seeing that when we started. I mean, the first show that I did, Case Closed, was a very dramatic show. We don't want Dragon Ball Z, is what everyone kept saying. And even when we did Dragon Ball Z, we don't really want you to, no more power-ups or anything like that. And so you start, and even like Trinity Blood and Full Metal, there's a lot of drama in those shows, and everything directors started, directing us more subtle and more nuanced. And it's really hard to do that because on camera and in film, that's all demonstrated by facial movements and body language. When you have nothing but your voice to sell that soft sob, that's really, really hard to do. So yeah, voice acting has changed dramatically, even in just the last 5 years, because people want to see something that's more real, less cartoony.
Do you guys have anything to add to that?
I think that's also affected the kind of shows that they go for.
Yeah.
And you're still going to have to do the wacky anime stuff every
Sure.
now and then. You could be in the middle of the most serious thing
Shin
you've ever
Chan
done.
is a very dramatic show.
Oh yeah,
Very dramatic show.
Speaking of Shin-Chan,
Yes.
when you guys get handed that script, is that the Japanese script or is that really just kind of made up?
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
They base it off of the Japanese script, but I think the writers, from what I've seen, the writers have started to really enjoy writing for that show. So the last time I went in to do an episode of it, they would have 4 or 5 alts for the lines. Because they're like, we could say this. We could say this. And it's, they enjoy writing it so much that they're like, we're going to give you 20 options that are all funny.
And we record all of them.
Yeah, and you record
And a lot
all
of times, there was a whole bunch of alternate takes on the DVDs. Jared Hedges is the main writer on that show, and the guy is freaking brilliant. He's amazing.
He's
and the
good.
director is Zach Bolton, and Jared Hedges, and is Zach the line producer on that as well now? Or is that Mike McFarland, or was that Colleen? I can't remember who's line producing, but the team that's on that has really taken that and made that show their own. And there was a huge stigma on it because that's like the Japanese Simpsons. I mean, imagine them doing the same thing. So you start off, and we earned the Japanese respect, and we earned a lot of crowd following and fan base in order to support a lot of the choices they do. But that show has got some of the most brilliant writing, and there's some people that are quoting lines from that movie that from the show that weren't really there in the original Japanese version because those jokes don't translate to English.
Right.
So yeah, those guys are just that show's brilliant. It's just so freaking funny. Yay, Adult Swim.
So I know that you started a bit younger than most. How was that sort of?
He's 40 years old,
Oh, is he?
and he began when he was in the womb. He's been doing this longer than all of us.
They had to place the microphone to my mother's stomach, and just, no, I was 9 whenever I first started voice acting. My cousin Justin Cook, who is also my dad's band, was. Oh, by the way, the band's called Peach Truck Republic.
Nice little plug.
It's a very nice band. Jerry's in it too.
Yay.
I was 9 when I started, and I got a little part in Fruits Basket. It just got handed to me, and I was a good reader, so I got to do progressively bigger roles. So I tried out for Al. It was amazing, because as I got older,
You were allowed to get older.
As I got older, I got famous, actually, and then I got to start going to conventions, and I got to travel the world. I've been to London, Paris, been to Rome, and that wouldn't have been able to happen if I were not a voice actor.
I know that Bones has announced they're releasing a new season of FMA.
I'm kind of worried about that because I'm getting older, so my voice is getting deeper. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Al in the next season, unless if he's also significantly older. So we'll see what happens.
Then again, they can do a lot of magical things.
That's true.
They could.
Yeah, they could pitch you up quite a bit.
They might get you a really special bowl.
Yeah.
that they place somewhere differently this time to really help you get
Some
that.
clamps and a rubber band.
Why don't we do this? We can always come back and do more of this because I know the
Okay.
three of us we can talk all day about what we do. So
Sure.
when we do this panel and then either after this panel or even tomorrow.
Sure,
Is
that's
that cool with
fine.
you guys?
Yeah.
Sounds
Fantastic.
great.
Thank you guys.
Three of
Hang
us
on.
on the panel, right?
I think so.
Troy,
Yes.
can I ask you for a favor?
Absolutely.
You can be an honest.
So there you have it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to ask all the questions because we had a ton of them that we wanted to ask, and they wanted to answer them too, but unfortunately we only had so much time. We sort of got sandwiched in between an autograph session and an FMA panel, which they were all attending. And so we did the best we could, like I said. Hopefully, you never know, there's tons of anime cons in the future. I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk to them again. Anyways, if you got any questions or comments, let us know. You could leave us a comment in the comment section of this very interview. OSMcast.com. You're already there. Do it. Or send us an email. awesomecast@gmail.com. Or you can even leave us a voicemail. It's area code 206-202-0071. It's a phone number. You can talk to us on the phone. If you have a cell phone, it's not even long distance. Technology is amazing, and you should make use of it. Much like you're listening to this podcast, you should leave us comments and ideas. Anyways, there you go. And ciao for now.